So Injective has been compared a lot to Solana recently, but I don't think the comparisons are fair because Injective just hasn't built that framework yet. Going into some incentives, so Injective recently actually has a lot of airdrops surrounding their ecosystem. So if you're staking their token, you can actually just get free money basically, or free other cryptos, because they're trying to incentivize new projects. So I'm pretty sure you can do this by staking Injective. So that's why a lot of people have been buying it, because they want to stake it and they can claim other tokens for free. And that's why we've seen some incentive for Injective. So Injective is currently sitting at 26.5 US dollars, and we're having a look at the 15-minute chart right here. And the first things off the bat I want to notice is MACD is about to cross with RSI being overextended. So that means Injective at its current price is certainly just a little bit too overextended, and it needs a little bit of a correction. And the first one is obviously going to be this $26 level. Now we're almost pretty much at that. It just takes one wick of a 15-minute candle and we'll wick down to $26. Going past that, we had initial resistance at that $25 mark, and that is going to be the heavier support that we see. So if we see a push down and then break past 26, it's certainly going to hit 25, and that coincides with this trend line that we have here. So all signs are pushing towards this slight reduction. Now that doesn't mean that Injective is going to take a massive dump, but it has actually been really strong, as we can see from the movement, that when Bitcoin dumped 20%, Injective climbed almost immediately and then actually did way bigger highs before the dump and climbed around about 15% in the space of 2 hours. And so it just looks really strong. People are getting super hyped about it because of the comparisons to Solana. People are just wanting the next Solana, really. And do I think it's at a point where it can do that? No, to be honest. It just doesn't look ready for that right now. Just going into price, Injective is currently past its all-time high. It is trading pretty much at its all-time high right now. So its all-time high is just under $27 at 26.89. So if you're buying Injective right now, you should be aware that you are buying at an all-time high. It has pushed past that 2021 bull run, and it just keeps pumping. Now that means that Injective certainly has a lot more juice left in it, because Bitcoin is nowhere near in a full-blown bull market, and Injective is already reaching all-time high. So just imagine if we get the market conditions right for Injective, it will certainly do some massive numbers in the long term. Going back to short-term price action, Injective certainly looks ready to just digress down to that $25 mark, and that would coincide with resetting indicators. But I think this upward movement is just going to keep on continuing. If we follow this trend line, it will see orders at around about 25 to 24.83, and I think that's going to be a level that it will hit within the next couple of hours, really within the next day or day and a half. And I think Injective is certainly at minimum going to hit 25.5. Pushing past that, I think it's certainly set for targets of $30. Because we are at all-time highs, there is really no certain set overhead resistance, but I think the first major point is going to be that $30 mark, just because it is a whole number, and people are setting orders at whole numbers, and they're going to happen at every dollar initially, and then that first big resistance, in my opinion, is going to be that $30 mark. So once we regress down to 25.5, if market conditions stay stable, I think within the next couple of days to weeks, Injective is certainly going to push past $30, and then we're going to see quite a lot of profit taking, to be honest. Just looking at a bigger picture thing, Injective's market cap is relatively small compared to a lot of cryptos. However, I want to note that social sentiment about this project has just been booming recently. I just see it everywhere. Social sentiment is growing, and obviously that's increasing price and increasing volume. But the thing you want to note is usually you want to sell the news and buy the rumor, and currently, just because it is trending, you should think to yourself, buying at all-time highs is really not the greatest plan of action. Now, I'm not saying that it can't go any higher, but you just have to be a little bit careful, because you are not on the ground floor at all, and you are subject to some major corrections if and when we do see that, because it is not just going to boom straight up to $100 and do crazy numbers like that without some sort of consolidation and rejection. But I think looking at market cap, Injective is certainly going to hit a $5 billion market cap within, I think, Q1 of 2024. So within the next couple of months, 2 to 3 months, I think Injective is going to do another 2 to 2.5x. But you just have to look out for the ecosystem, look out for who's using it. We've seen it with AVAX, we've seen it with Solana. If people are actually using it, its price is going to go up regardless of market conditions, and people are starting to hop on Injective, and that's the biggest thing you want to see. You want to see the ecosystem and how they're performing, and it looks really, really good right now. But that has been a quick video on Injective. If you want me to check out any other cryptos, let me know down below, but I'll see you guys in the next one, and peace.